Well, if you want to go anywhere in this country, even into a stadium, sometimes it helps if you have proof that you've been vaccinated. Certainly it will be that way on America's cruise ships that will be able to resume sailing in July, maybe sooner for a couple of them, but they too will require proof that you've been vaccinated. Now, whether that is via a vaccine passport, whatever they want to call it, a company that is behind digitizing these records, Ramin Bastani joins us right now, the Healthvana CEO. Ramin, thank you for taking the time. How does this work? I mean, you're taking records of people who've had their vaccinations and they're digitized, but you'll explain this better than I.
Sure. Thanks for having me. So Healthvana is a patient communication platform that's used by healthcare providers, so counties, states, all sorts of municipalities across the United States. And to date, we've actually delivered over 10 million COVID-19 test results across the United States. And we've now delivered over 2 million digital vaccination records. And kind of like you mentioned earlier, we don't view this as a passport at all. And we've been consistent on that. We view this as your medical information. You can certainly get your own information to your health records. This is the exact same thing. It's protected by HIPAA. So you should have the right to, number one, get access to that. And number two, be able to correct if there's any inaccuracies. And then number three, use it if you want, if it is required in certain areas for the kinds of things you mentioned, like going back to school or on a cruise ship.
So how does it work? What does the digitized version of my vaccine record show?
It'll show what doses you've gotten, which manufacturer, and your name. And with Healthvana, what happens is, let's say you're in Los Angeles County, who's been an incredible partner and really innovative on this work. You'll receive a text or an email saying your digital vaccination record's available, and this is if you opted into it. Then you have a choice to click on the link, enter your first name, last name, and your date of birth, and within 15 seconds, you have access to a digital record that you can then actually put in your Apple Wallet if you choose. Again, it's always up to the patient and the consumer if they want to do this in that way, and then they can show it to whoever they want if they want to.
How do you avoid something like that getting hacked or someone downloading it and for whatever purposes?
Great question. We are under HIPAA, and the healthcare providers we work with are also under HIPAA. So we take all the same types of security protocols that hospitals would for that level of medical information.
So the demand is coming from whom? I mean, obviously a lot of companies might like to have access to something like this if their employees let them and all. Who is buying into this right now?
Municipalities are our main customers for this initially. There are employers that are also interested in doing this with us, really large employers. But the main use case right now is giving people a digital version of that 3x5 card in case they lose it, in case some of the information on there has been mistyped or the writing's a little bit off. And so we're able to deliver that information. What it helps with municipalities is they won't receive then tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of medical record requests for that information afterwards. Additionally, it can help you get reminders about if there's a booster or for your second shot or if there's a pause for J&J. We can help with that communication, serving as the pipes or the conduit to a patient population.
All right. Very intriguing. Ramin Bastani, the Healthvana CEO, very smart way to make this easier, because how many of you have those physical vaccination records and they're already getting worn out in your wallet or whatever?